Hej, jag sitter här med Jacques Grange från vinfirman de Las som ligger i norra Råndalen, och vi ska prata lite om hur han känner för sina viner och vad han ser i kristallkulan. Bienvenue.
Merci.
Welcome. Jacques, how did you get into wine?
When I was born in Burgundy,
Well,
and I studied viticulture at Beaune during 2 years, and enology in Dijon during 2 years too.
okay. So, and then you started working with wine. How did you end up in the Rhone Valley when you were from Burgundy?
I arrived in the Rhone Valley at the beginning of the 19th, and I worked, and I joined the LAS in June 97.
Okay. And then in the Rhone, there were many big, what you call négociants or firms, wine firms, doing wine from all different appellations at that time. And Jaboulet were the ones ahead. And then afterwards came Chapoutier, of course, Gigal, and now de Las is among these. I know you're smaller, but quality-wise, you were at the same level these days.
When I arrived at the last house, I think it's impossible for us to increase the volume because there is no sourcing enough to find good grapes, good vineyards, and the only way to increase the house, the name of the house, is to increase the quality of the wines.
Yeah, okay.
So that's the way we choose at this epoch.
And how did you start that work? I mean, you had all the grapes. Why weren't the good wines good?
First of all, we choose new techniques of vinification,
Okay.
and we change a lot of things in cellar, in winery.
Yeah. And then, when that was at place, how did you proceed? Comment est-ce que vous avez continué après ça?
Après, nous avons beaucoup travaillé sur la partie élevage et sur l'accompagnement vers la mise en bouteille de ces vins dans tout ce qu'ils ont de complexe dès lors qu'ils sont bien nés.
Okay. Det han säger att de jobbade först med den här vinifieringstekniken, och sen så la de ner väldigt mycket på hur de lagrade vinerna mellan jäsning och buteljering. And in the vineyards?
And now we worked a lot of times in vineyards, because certainly we have something to complete with an organic view without any labels.
Okay.
We pay attention of all these new aspects of the viticulture.
Yeah, okay. And during this time, has your rendement, your harvest, become smaller or bigger?
No, the average on the Hermitage Hill, the average of the 10 last years is around 30 hectoliters per hectare. I think it's impossible to make great Hermitage at 40 and more hectoliters per hectare. Syrah needs low yields and good concentration.
Yeah, okay. But you make wine in the southern Rhone as well.
Yeah.
And there you go from having one red grape in the northern Rhone to a lot of grapes in the southern Rhone. But you love Syrah so much that you let it dominate in the southern Rhone as well.
Perhaps not, because between Valence and Montélimar there is an area without any vineyards.
Yeah.
And I think at the northern Rhone, the viticulture and the wines are understanding such as the Burgundy.
Yeah.
There is only one variety, one cepage. And in the southern part, we blend a lot of varieties, a lot of cépage. It's two worlds completely separated.
Okay.
And it's not the same philosophy.
Not the same philosophy, no. And how about global warming? Or when you, I mean, I saw that in Châteauneuf-du-Pape, the date during the Second World War, the date of harvest was 3rd of October, and now it's end of August. So it's a month. Part of it because yields are lower, but also because it's actually getting warmer.
I'm not very old, but at the beginning of my career, the date of the harvest is always the latest. And now we choose the date regarding the acidity more than the sugar,
Yeah.
the balance more than the alcohol aspect of the must.
Yeah.
And I think it's a great changement.
It is, yes. And if this continues, how can you manage that?
It's very difficult. I think there is some answers in the vineyards. We keep all the leaves. We don't cut the vineyards, the plants. We control the yields. There is some way to do to opposite this global warming, which
you still have some tricks up your sleeve.
Yeah.
Okay. How about the style of the Las? How do you define the style of the Las?
Perhaps we always have the gastronomic aspect when we vinify, when we make the élevage of the wines. We always think the wines at the table,
Yeah.
with meal, with food, and not only with a tasting and competition during the testing. So it's a table wine.
Okay. But I mean, pretty good table wine as well. The different. Do you have a view of the different appellations in the Northern Rhone? What is so different from? What makes a Côte Rôtie different from a Hermitage?
I think climate, second the soils and exposition, but certainly the climate.
Okay.
Because even it's not very far.
No.
In fact, there is 60 kilometers. It's not near, it's not neighbor.
No, but in the end, you have to have a view, a vision of your wine when you start making it, or are you just taking what you have and see what it becomes?
No, we have a view because the beginning of the wines is in the vineyard.
Yeah.
And when we taste the grapes, we understand what we are able to do with them. For instance, on different cuvées on Saint-Joseph or Gros Hermitage, we begin the blend with the choose of the harvest of different parcels, and it's the taste of the grapes which give us the way to do.
Okay, because I know in Saint-Joseph it's one area, but Saint-Joseph from the southern part and the northern part are extremely different.
Yes, Saint-Joseph is a very long appellation.
Yeah.
There is 50 kilometers between the north and the south, and there is a lot of different exposition.
Yeah.
And certainly the taste of the grapes and the taste of the wines after are completely different. So it's a mistake to try to blend the different parcels which are nothing to do together.
Okay, but I mean, in all this, you have to have. There is also the Las style?
It's difficult to speak about the last style because it's certainly perhaps my view of the wines, but sometimes, and I think it's a bit true, people say that it's a Burgundy style with a Burgundy view of their own Syrah.
Yeah.
And it's the way to appreciate the strength and the tannins of the Syrah.
So the fact that you're Burgundian is a part of the last style.
Certainly.
Yeah, that's fine. And why not? You have the same differences in soil and exposition as you do have in Burgundy. And then you have this one grape to play around with.
Yes.
But I mean, if you take the difference between Musigny and a Chambertin, which one is the Musigny of the northern world?
Perhaps Musigny is Côte Rôtie and Chambertin is Hermitage.
Yeah, well, I thought you'd say that. Okay. Well, thanks a lot.
Thanks to you.